Hey guys, update on the 4.2 engine, the F-150 that I have in here from my neighbor. Basically, we got it all tore down. I'm gonna show you around. I'm gonna show you what failed on this truck. This intake manifold's pretty dirty. There's a lot of crevices and stuff in here that were just loaded with sand. I don't know if this truck spent a lot of time at the beach or whatnot, but it was just real sandy, which I didn't really like, because every time I try to vacuum most of it up, but every time I would take something apart, I'd get sand go down into the crevices and ports, sand is not good for an engine. So we're going to make sure those are thoroughly cleaned and blown out before we put them all back together. Anyways, there's the top manifold, the lower manifold, and I'm going to show you exactly here what failed. Show you the heads here. This is the 4.2 V6. I looked at the head gaskets. The head gaskets looked like they were pretty good. They didn't show any signs of failure on the actual head gasket itself. What happened was the intake manifold gasket leaked, and it basically started leaking into the cylinder bore. Got the plugs out. Some of the plugs were wet. They don't show any signs of moisture at this point because they've been sitting out. And here's the head gasket. I didn't see any signs of failure on this particular head gasket or the other side. The original Ford part number on there. Kind of weird. I thought they used an MLS gasket for an original one, but I guess not. Okay, got the water pump, a fan clutch assembly, pulley, all off as one unit. And here's the injectors. The injector rail came off. See, this is what I'm talking about. This just had a bunch of sand everywhere. And as I would pull off, different pieces, I would just get sand just dropping in. And like I said, I tried to vacuum as much as I could, but it was just an abundant amount. So anyways, let me show you what did fail, and this is exactly what's failing on these trucks. These are the actual intake manifold, the lower intake manifold gaskets to the heads. Okay, the plenum gasket seemed okay. It was low in some spots, and it looked like it could have used replacing, but I didn't see an actual point of failure. So the plenum gasket seemed okay. I'm not saying it wasn't seeping or coming back up through there, but I did have a little bit of water going up to the top of the plenum there. But this is the point here. If you see that crack, see that? That's it. That's total failure there. As you come along, had some points here that look like they went out. Of course, on the back side, we had some points here that looked like they weren't doing so good. And again, there's that crack on that one. And then a little bit of cracking going on here. This one here, same deal. We had issues here. We had a crack here. As you can see, there's a crack right on that one. And a couple other points there. But these are the water jackets here. So the failure here at this crack tells me that that's how water was introduced into the system. So anyways, let me show you the inside of the truck. I've got the block basically sitting in there. I'm gonna, at this point, probably take this block out. I don't know how well you can see that, but there's see that little black area that looks kind of like water was sitting in that. That's exactly what it was. It was water. I've got it all cleaned out. It's not pitted or anything, but it is showing discoloration, so I might just have this block honed up, and hopefully we can get that to go. Now I still have a problem with the rotating assembly. It binds up a little bit. in one area, and I'm gonna go ahead and probably pull this whole thing out, take a look at the rods, and replace any bent rods, along with the rod bearing, the complete rod bearing set. I'm trying not to touch the main crank, but if I'm already there, I might. I'm not sure yet, depending on what my neighbor decides to do here. So anyways, I told him I wouldn't go any further than I had to, and basically we agreed on that, so that's what it is at this point. And like I said, if you guys have this, this particular 4.2, there's a lot of them with this issue, and I would, if you're not having any problems with it now, and you know it's the original gasket, I would go ahead and just pull that intake manifold off and just basically replace it before this happens to you and your truck hydro locks on you, and you have to do all of this instead of just basically dealing with those. So anyways, if that helps you guys out, this is a little preventative maintenance. Now that everybody knows about this problem, or not everybody, but a lot of people, thousands of people that own these particular trucks, and they're talking about it all over the place. If you're one of these truck owners or one of these engine owners, because it wasn't just the F-150 that this 4.2 showed up in, it was in vans and other cars. I'm not sure exactly what cars, but I think it was the minivans, the E-150s, and stuff like that. So there's a lot of these motors out there. If you suspect anything, any white smoke blowing out, any kind of stuff like that, replace these gaskets, and that'll save you a bunch of money on doing a teardown like this and having your motor hydro lock on you. This motor only had 102 on it. I've seen failures on these forums that report at 40,000 miles it had failure, so this one actually went pretty good with the original stuff in it. Anyway, signing off on this one. Hope this helped you guys, anybody that is interested in this particular unit. Alright.